Alright, hey everybody, I'm going to go ahead and actually release the iluvspidrs Minecraft Nightmare map. Since I'm no longer using the world, I went ahead and loaded up in Minotaur for like the first time ever. So this is actually the first actual map I've even seen in the world, but I don't normally like to open stuff up in third-party programs unless I absolutely have to for something, or... So I think we're going to go ahead and go through the map here, and I'll tell you where all the landmarks are, and where you can find them at, so... I think we're going to start on Spawn Island right here. This is actually Spawn Island. This is the island that I spawned on episode 1, where I spent my first night. Let me actually see if I can find Spawn Cave here real quick. I think it's on this coast right here. So if I'm not sure where you'll spawn, if you go ahead and download the map, which I'll tell you where to get the map at the end of the episode here. Oh, there's a dungeon. Not too surprised. I didn't do a lot of caving on this particular island though, so... But you can kind of scroll down and see caves and stuff, and I'm pretty sure that's a dungeon. I mean, it's green, that's... Yeah, that's Monster Underworlds. Yeah, that's a dungeon, so... This is actually where I found my first diamonds of the game, is in one of these ravines down here. And I wasn't down here very much, so I didn't really stick around this island. Then episode 2... Let me go ahead and scroll out here. I'm sorry if this is a little bit laggy, but this is a pretty huge map. I actually set sail in this direction. Wound up on a nice wintry foresty island over here. And this is where I had my main base through most of the series. I mean, these are actually my docks right here that I built during one of the episodes not too long ago. And I think my original cabin, that's my original cabin right here. If you come down here, yeah. This is what happened after the tornado went through it. I didn't repair it. This is where my first garden was, where I had the wheat and the pumpkins. You can kind of see the coordinates way down in the left-hand corner of the screen there, and this is like 1826 and minus 120. I mean, I'll put them up on the screen here with the new Camtasia software. It allows me to do that. And I'll kind of label things and point them out. I think down this way, you can kind of see where the tornado tracks went through. Like, I think this might have been like the first tornado that went through. I think a second one went through right about here, and then I think about a total of 4 tornadoes went over this island. This track right here is, I think, I had the episode called Pursuit, where I was actually running from the tornado with dramatic music going, and it actually came pretty close, and I pretty much had to dig straight down right here in one of the episodes, so. This island looks very ugly, so if you get to it, it's going to be all ravaged, and not a lot of trees left standing. It's just not going to be pretty, and I think if I scroll down, we'll see my underground base here, somewhere around here. I'll show you where the entrance. There it is. Yeah, that's got to be it. Yep, there's my enchanting table. Here's the creeper grinder. It'll still be a creeper spawner if you download the map and come here. Just don't break it open, please, if you decide to play this world. I mean, there's a garden right here, and lots of nether wart. You'll be pretty supplied if you decide to play this world. There's the grass block in the ravine down there. There's another portal. Yeah, I think that's a portal right there. I haven't used this program too much. This is the storeroom, so lots of stuff in here. And this is the mine shaft where I had my first 11 spawner cave run of this series. Most of them were cave spider spawners. I'd have to zoom out to get the entire mine shaft because it was quite gigantic. I did die and drop a bunch of stuff in here, but I'm sure it's way despawned by now. Oh, there's a cave spider. Yeah, there's a mine shaft I haven't explored yet, so... You can kind of tell what the structures are. I'll find the mutant stronghold too and show it to you guys. So yeah, this island right here about 1830 and minus 32 or something like that. So go ahead and sail here if you want to get to the main base. And from there, I think a little bit later in the series, here's the world's tiniest village in this desert over here. That only had like one villager. I don't know if he's still alive or not, so good luck if you find him. Let me go ahead and just show like the overworld right here. Not too worried about the cave systems. So, world's tiniest village. I think I came over here and had a 14 spawner cave run somewhere. I know there's an entrance. I think right here I see a couple of torches. This actually goes down to a pretty explored cave system. I mean, there's tons I have not explored yet. I haven't really gone too much up in here. And I think this is another tornado track. This is the Evil Stalking Tornado episode, or I was actually walking along here and the tornado just kept chasing me. I think I had that clip in the montage last on episode 66, I think. So that was one of the clips on the montage right here. And around here, this is actually that mountainous area where some of these caves are actually lit up with redstone torches for, you know, the episodes that we don't talk about. So I'll see if I can find them. Yeah, oh god, there's a double spawner right there that I did not find, so fun. And it's vanilla, by the way. Not all these areas are vanilla generation, so you might encounter some weird stuff in some places, and there's a dungeon cave spider spawner combo that thankfully I did not run into. This part of the mine shaft it looks like I've explored. So this area is fairly explored. Then the jungle biome over here. It's not, doesn't look very lit either, so have fun exploring that, guys, if you decide to play this. This is where the swamp house is located, about 1505 and minus 634. I don't have a lot of stuff out in the swamp house. I never got around to making another garden or a farm like I said I would. I said I'd do a lot of things, but just never got around to it. I came out here about during the Herobrine episodes, and you guys will probably want to know where I started the failed diamond pyramid, so do whatever you want with these diamond blocks, guys. It's about 1564 and minus 738, so those are all yours if you decide to play the map. Have fun. I tried to do some sailing over this way, and it took me quite a while, because I went over just tons and tons of ocean when I was looking for diamonds in those new dungeons that were generating towards the end here. Oh, we're not going to cover that quite yet, but we'll get back to it. I think this right here is the floating dungeon where I dropped my Power 5 bow, which I never ran back to go get, which I probably should. So if you guys want to go after my Power 5 bow, it's about minus 1404 and minus 721. It's going to be spawning skeletons like crazy, but there's a floating temple right here. Ignore that. There's one right behind it that's kind of floating off a cliff right here. This is where my Power 5 bow is located, so you better grab it before it despawns. I never much explored this jungle. That's about the only thing I did here is I went in there and failed and was just having a really bad time. So I'm going to go ahead and show you where Fort Ripoff is next. So we're passing Spawn Island again. I know this is a little bit laggy and I apologize for it. So I think what I did is I started exploring this area. I walked forever when I was searching for an actual village. I had actual villagers in it. And the first one I actually found was down here. You can see all my torches dotting the area here. I think the Wall of Horribleness 2 is sitting right here. Let me see if I can go ahead and... Yep, there's the wall. I think this is the Wall of Horribleness 2 right here. I didn't spend a lot of time in this village, so it's at like 37, 99, and 615 are the coordinates. So good luck getting out there. And I think there was a pretty decent mine shaft over here in this mountainous area where I had my Rage Quit episode. I think it was episode 25. I don't even know if I can find the cave where I dropped about 40 diamonds, but I'm sure they're despawned by now. If you find them there, it's going to be a miracle. So, yeah, I have no way of knowing where that spot actually is. I mean, that mine shaft's not lit, so it's probably not the one that I went through. So I'm trying to see where that spot could have been. I have a torch right here. I'm almost wondering if this is a spot where I dropped all those diamonds. So this looks like I was coming up through a cave system right here. There's one torch. If I come up a little bit higher, there's no torches, so I think this might be the cavern I died in and dropped those 40 diamonds. So if they're still there, you're lucky. But this is about 3903 and 1091 are the coordinates to this cavern right here. I don't know if there's anything above it, so you might be able to dig straight down to it. But if you do go after that, it's about in that spot, so good luck. I don't know if my stuff is still even there, because I probably walked through the area again and it despawned. And there's a village down here that I never really found. So there's a lot of stuff on the map I haven't found, so feel free to just walk around and explore it. And I don't know where that jungle temple is I found. But anyway, the other village right here, I have the Infinite Villager Breeder. It's actually this one. I made an obsidian pool right here, and I made my another portal right after my Rage Quit episode. And if you don't have a Minecraft Comes Alive mod installed, they're all going to be derpy, so just be forewarned. And I think there's that final message board with the challenge I never completed. Here's a sugarcane farm. Some crops are still out here, so there's some food. Here's my railway with my crappy cactus wall that I never completed. So you come up this way, and let me actually render this out. This is actually Fort Ripoff right here. I mean, you'll get off on the rail, and I think that's a that's a bed that I left sitting out in the open stupidly. There's a small farm over here, so there's a little bit of food there too. This is where I found the dungeon in the side of the mountain that ripped me off because there were no chests in it, hence the name Fort Ripoff. A couple animal pens down here I never got very far with, so this is about 3687 and 47 are the coordinates. And out beyond Fort Ripoff here, there's really not much. There's a tiny village right there. Here's the pen where I had Cuddles and Sweetie Pie. I think they're despawned by now. I'm not I think that might be a witch hut, which I never really explored because I can't think of anything else that could be. I never got out to this desert out here. And this is actually the site of the episode 28 spawners later. So let me go ahead and scroll out. Let's scroll down. There's a dungeon I never found right there. And here's the monster mine shaft, which was the site of 28 spawners later. It's about 5 mine shafts on top of each other. This is my first time really looking at it. There's a boss room. There's another boss room. I've seen 4 boss rooms in here so far. And some of this I haven't even explored. It's ridiculous. So if you want to dare explore this place, it should be fairly cleared out, but there's still areas I haven't gotten to yet. Man, that was a bad episode. Oh, God. There's a dungeon right here. Yeah, it was ugly. I don't remember if I had anything out here. I'll show you where the Monster Underworld is, too, that I found. So I started off here, where I got the mission to go seek out the Monster Underworld and defeat it. And this is where I installed the Gravestone Mod. I mean, the Monster Underworlds are still on the map. They just won't have any of the gravestones and the spawners. So if you want to have the full horrible experience, you're brave, but you'll have to have the Gravestone Mod installed before you head back to these areas. Otherwise, the graves won't be in the Monster Underworlds that you find, and there won't be any loot. You might still find the secret rooms there, but you won't have the majority of the really good loot that you can find, so. For the full experience, install the Gravestone Mod before you load this world. So I walked all the way down here and walked past these 2 Monster Underworld entrances that somehow I magically didn't see. This is actually the one I dove down into. So here's my crappy little base. So this is the one I went down and conquered. And there's supposed to be graves out here, but this program isn't going to register them because it's a modded thing. But yeah, install the mod before you come down in this thing if you want to have the full experience. This one's pretty cleared out, but there's several more on the map that I completely missed. But they're big fenced-in graveyards is basically what they are. So let's go ahead and scroll down here. I'll show you where I had that second wither fight. So there's the maze. It just goes down forever and ever. I mean, I haven't even touched some areas of this. But in all the graves, when you break them, they give you loot. So I recommend installing the mod if you want to try it. So this was the surprise wither in my face room. And I did take out the diamond blocks, but they're out by the swamp house now, so. So this is where the wither exploded in my face, and it was ugly. There's several dungeons. There's a dungeon I missed, so I don't know how I missed that. Another spawner, monster spawner. I don't know what it spawns. Some of them spawn creepers, so beware. So if you want to tackle these things, there's several of them in this world. This is actually a separate one right here. I mean, oh, that must be a secret room right there. But yeah, there's lots of treasures to be had. And here's a partial dungeon that got eaten. So free loot right there. Oh, here's another wither room. I don't know if the wither spawners will work without the mod installed, so go down there at your own risk. Here's another wither room. Oh, there's a double spawner. This is kind of fun looking at this. There's Enderman spawners too. I don't think the spawners will change if you don't have the mod installed. So if you decide to tackle these, good luck. That's all I can say. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them on the map that I've generated that you have to find. So these ones are out about. That one's way out like 5,100 and 3,100. So those are the coordinates for those two. So good luck and may the force be with you if you decide to do that. Alright, I think I'm going to show you where the wheel monsters used to be. Because visiting it when it's all blown up and already done with is not quite as painful. It's no longer a danger. So let's head back out here. And what I did with the wheel monsters episode, I know I don't normally talk about these, but I'm not going to talk about the humiliating part. Is what I did with that is I actually recorded the episode in a separate Minecraft save. I just made the game show out of a big cave. And I think the episode where I actually fought through it for the first time, I did it in a separate world because I had to downgrade to 1.2.5 to get certain mods to work. And when I did the rematch, I actually used MC Edit to just copy it over into some area under the ocean that I wasn't ever going to care about. So, and then I recorded that episode actually in this world. I'll have to actually scroll down here to see where it is. So if I see a nice explode... Oh, I think that might be it right here. Yep, there's the remains of several battered dungeons. And there's another portal that comes out right here, so... Probably the easiest way to get to this if you ever wanted to visit it or anything is just to go to another portal at the main base and follow the moss stone beacons like I did in the one episode. God, that... Oh god, that was bad. I don't know what kind of spawner that is, but it's got lots of torches around it, so... I think we broke the majority of the spawners, actually, so... Can't really make a grinder out of it. But it's at about 198 and minus 461 is where it's located at. Alright, now I'm going to show you Dungeon Island. And you know the irony of Dungeon Island? I didn't know this until now. But this is Spawn Island right here. And this is Dungeon Island. It was sitting right next to my Spawn Island the entire time. So, everything under this island and all the oceans surrounding it is completely dungeon infested. I can't wait to scroll down and look at the caves on this. It's probably going to be just nothing but dungeons. This right here is actually a giant monster spawner, which I built in creative. You know, off camera. And I also built like the moss stone beacons there. And I put Mr. Zombie's stupid little building at the top, which is still there. It's just not showing up in this program. Watch out, if you decide to go do something with this giant monster spawner, there's still lava everywhere. So you might have to clean it up, and here's the dirt bridge. Here's where I killed Mr. Zombie. That's one of the few happy memories I have of this world. But yeah, it's full of, like, skeleton spawners, spider spawners, and zombie spawners. I didn't put any creeper ones in there that would have, you know, completely destroyed it. Here's a signpost. It still says, sack this spawner, I love spiders. So if you see the trail of redstone torches on Dungeon Island, so feel free to follow it. And here's my base right here. So let's scroll down a little. Now, I didn't have much in this base. Tiny crappy garden that never got anywhere. And here's, I think I have a lot of enchanted books over here too, and this area is just full of enchanted books. Alright, let's look at the cave systems. Oh my god, it's scrolling a little. Just everything in this around in this area right here is just completely dungeon infested. Some of these I conquered, some of these I have not conquered. I've maybe tackled like a third of them down here. So if you decide to come down here, you're brave. Like here's a triple spawner. I'll have to find the quad that I found. Oh god, that is horrid. I think all these green squares right here are dungeons. Yeah, they've got to be. Yep, there's a double spawner. Double spawners were quite common. There's another double spawner that I never quite found. Oh, that's awful. Here's a triple spawner next to a double spawner. It's like, oh. Hey, emeralds. This is in the hilly part of Dungeon Island right here. I'd never found this triple spawner. I don't know where the quad went. I'll have to find it here. Oh, God. If that's not a quadruple dungeon right here, I don't know what is. Here's another 4 that are really close together. I think I know which one this might be. I think that's supposed to be a triple spawner. I must have conquered about at least 100 of these things. Yeah, this has got to be the quad right here. Because this one's a cave spider. That one I think was... These 3 I think were zombie spawners. And here's another 4 that are very close together here. I don't even know what to call these dungeon complexes. I mean, it's like Siamese dungeons everywhere, so... If you decide to explore that area, have fun. Oh, jeez. Man, that was awful. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can show you, so... Like, even the ocean's out here. Yeah, even out here. And I think if you go up a little bit farther, there's a stronghold. Like, it was generating way too many dungeons all the way up to about this area here. Oh, there's another stronghold up here, which was barely in the Dungeon Island area, so... So, second stronghold, I think, portal room's about minus 418 and minus 911. I haven't even conquered that stronghold yet, so if you want to find a different stronghold, and I think the one I found... Let me find the one we found in the ocean, the mutant one. After that, I think I've covered everything. And I don't know what this thing is right here, so... If you want to go check out and see what it is, fine. Just, I don't know what it is. Some mod probably generated it. Alright, and I think the one stronghold was down here somewhere. This is the one where I had to dig down to the ocean. Use process of elimination to find. I'll try to find it for you guys here. Oh, that's Wheel Monsters game again. Well, it's somewhere out in this ocean. I marked it off with little beacons. Yeah, I kind of lost it, so it's somewhere along this stretch. Alright, just one more thing to cover here. Find this tiny little bridge coming off this island. This is the episode after I found my Power 5 bow with Sparks Tweaks loot. So pretty much any dungeon in this area is going to have Sparks Tweaks loot in it. Not every dungeon will have it though. It depends on the area, because sometimes I rendered land when I didn't have it installed. And I don't remember exactly which dungeon had the loot. Oh, this is a near triple spawner right here, which I'm amazed I did not hit. But it wasn't this mine shaft. I think it was this dungeon right here. Oh, I remember this double cave spider spawner. Then I came over here, and then there was a skeleton spawner right here. And this is where I found my Power 5 bow. So, I'm like, ooh, Power 5. If you want to try to rescue it, feel free. Alright, I think I'm going to end this for today. I got my download link down in the description here. You kind of know where all the landmarks are. Feel free to refer back to this. I want to make a bitmap of this that you guys could download too, but I can't find any programs that'll allow me to do that. So, and the world save is actually going to be in a zip file. I got the link, it's just MediaFire, so just download the zip file. And then put it in your Minecraft saves folder. And I'll put the file path up here. This is where you want to go in order to get to your Minecraft saves folder. And just unzip the file. There'll be like a folder in there that says iluvspidrs Minecraft Nightmare. Put it in your saves folder. And then start Minecraft, and the world should be there in your saves. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment or message me. I don't know when I'll get to the messages, but I'll try as hard as I can. I think I've pretty much covered everything in this world, so I think I'm going to end this video for today. Now you know where everything is. And I will see you next time.